Este es un espacio de Cinestar en Canal M.
¿Qué tal? Perdón, estaba un poquito distraído. Pero bueno, bienvenidos de vuelta a Cinestar por Canal M. Y vámonos a otra de nuestras secciones, detrás de cámaras, de un estreno que pues ya tiene algún tiempo aquí, pero ya se convirtió en un clásico entre nosotros en Canal M. Los Tres Mosqueteros de Paul W.S. Anderson, protagonizada por Milla Jovovich, Orlando Bloom y Christoph Waltz. Vámonos un poquito, pues, ¿qué pasó detrás de esta película? ¿Cómo se hicieron algunos stunts? ¿Cómo se arregló Milla Jovovich? También. Pero pues vámonos con esta información y quédense con nosotros aquí en Cinestar por Canal M.
There are things in this world worth fighting and dying for.
We're warriors. It's who we are.
The Three Musketeers. I've heard of you.
We are surrounded by enemies. War will engulf the entire continent. Only we can prevent the coming apocalypse. D'Artagnan, you want to be a musketeer? This is your chance.
Character, yeah. No, he's, D'Artagnan's a cocky young swordsman who's, in the beginning of the film, he's leaving home, small town home, and traveling to the big city of Paris to, or in hopes to become a musketeer.
There were 4 of us against 40 of them.
Was it 40? Or 400?
My character, Lily, I look at her as really one of the most modern women in literature. She's incredibly smart and single and living in a man's world, dealing with men, yet she's respectable. She can go in and out of different worlds, different societies, and she gets away with it. It takes a very smart, strong woman to be able to navigate a man's world, especially in the 17th century.
It's an off day.
Getting careless.
The feeling is mutual.
And forgive us our trespass, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Amen.
It goes in its own direction as a movie, and it definitely brings its own to the table. So it's not like, why are we making this? We're making this because it really is something new, and people haven't seen it before. And this is definitely a version of the Musketeers that isn't your parents' version, and it's not your grandparents' version. It really is the new generation of Three Musketeers. And, it takes the spirit of the book, but then it takes the imagination of the writers and the director, and putting it in 3D. I mean, it's going to be a real spectacle, a real roller coaster ride.
Stay where you are. This is the Queen's Wing. You can't be up here.
Oh, thank goodness. I got so lost. I took a wrong turn, and then a door slammed behind me. Oh, I've been trapped up here in the sun, in this heat.
It's going to be all right.
I'm gonna faint.
You're in safe hands.
Yeah, it's in his very low period. He's sort of being a bouncer in a pub, and he's feeling very depressed and sort of drinking the remnants of people's beer, and D'Artagnan barrels through the market and crashes into him, and Athos grabs him, and then D'Artagnan very cockily challenges him to a duel, and that's how they meet. And unbeknownst to him, he's also challenged Athos and Aramis, Porthos and Aramis to a duel as well. So, yeah.
Well, stand up then. Athos, Porthos, Aramis. Look, forgive me for saying this, D'Artagnan, but you do look a little underdressed.
My father is a poor man, Your Majesty. A former musketeer as well. These are the
He's more like the old comfy sofa that's still going to be around in 100 years. You know what I mean? The old Chesterfield, bit leathery. It's not brand new, it's not modern, but it'll last. Yeah, so he's got a different method of fighting. He hasn't got necessarily the elegance or the grace that Athos and Aramis have. But as I say, in his heart, he's a musketeer.
Superman.
Aramis is one of the three musketeers. He was a priest, and then he became a musketeer. But he's always kept his religious background. He's very religious. He's often reading the Bible, found reading the Bible, or using his rosary. He prays for all his victims, the people he kills in battle. He's quite a studious, quiet creature, but he fights he's very agile. That's how we've created Aramis, to be very different from the other two fighters. They're the two musketeers. And he's a bit like, well, I remember Paul Anderson saying to me, he's going to be a bit like he's going to fight like Jason Bourne. And so it's great. I mean, I get to use wire work, and I'm jumping off things and flying through the air and landing on gondolas and doing things that only somebody who's very agile and cat-like would be able to do it.
Creo que perdí una vez más en el juego, pero bueno, ¿qué les parecieron esos datitos? A que no se sabían cómo lograron esos dobles, ¿verdad? Y a que no sabían cómo Milla Jovovich entra en esos corsés tan apretados.
Este es un espacio de Cinestar en Canal M.